Happy Monday, everyone. Time for another live commentary. For today, we're taking another look at a round of 32 bout from the European Championships. This one features Ben Kleibrink of Germany on the left and Alessio Foconi of Italy on the right. So let's do this. 3, 2, 1, and play. Alright, this will probably be the last European Championships bout that I cover. Hopefully World Championship bouts will be available by next week, so I'll be able to start talking about some of those. But in the meantime, I saw Kleibrink, I saw Foconi, I had to watch this one, and I had to record it live. I don't actually know... Oh yes, I know who wins this one, but I don't know what the score was or how the bout progressed, so it should be a fun thing to watch. Ben Kleibrink, as you probably know, was once a very strong fencer. He's still up there, but not quite the same level as he used to be. Foconi has been, I'd say, consistently higher ranked more recently. But both are very strong fencers, and I think on a good day both could beat the other one. So, we shall see. I'm pretty excited to see how this pans out. I haven't seen that much of Kleibrink recently, so hopefully this will be a nice refresher on how he fences. Foconi I am very familiar with. He's got that very smooth, slow lunge that's very deceptive. Here Kleibrink marches though, Foconi parries, and starts. Kleibrink bouncing in and out a little bit on defense. Foconi taking it smooth and finishes with a foreflick. Kleibrink tried to step in there a little bit late maybe in the action. Could have gone a bit sooner. But that's all fine. Foconi still pushing about the same way. Kleibrink's footwork is a little bit bouncier though. And Foconi gives it up. Kleibrink starts, taking the blade a lot. Foconi now on defense. Still just kind of long attacks traded back and forth. Oh, Kleibrink tries to break in with a cross step forward. Very sudden. Fortunately, not able to convert that into a touch. Or unfortunately, I should say. Foconi takes the blade and starts. Again, that long smooth lunge is great, but it can be a little bit easier to get away from because it starts so slow. So Kleibrink just like books it as soon as he sees that blade come out. He might be a little bit safer. On the other hand, if he tries to stay in distance, it's very, very dangerous. Here Foconi takes the blade. Doesn't want to start though. Interesting. Almost feels like Foconi's a bit afraid to push Kleibrink further back or to really commit to a distance where he has to finish. Okay. More casual marching by Kleibrink. More casual marching by Foconi. Picks up the speed a little bit, but again, he just gives it up. Really no pressure to score it this early in the bout, but still, I'm a little bit surprised Foconi isn't being more assertive. Oh, that's probably why. As soon as he accelerates, Kleibrink sticks out his blade with a stop hit and manages to get away. And like I said, smoothness is great. It can be very useful, but even with a relatively sharp acceleration for Foconi, still not quite enough to reach the target in time. And Foconi keeps on pushing, and Kleibrink keeps on pushing back. Keeps going, feinting in 4 like he did before. This time finishes to the outside though. Great change. He kept his blade in 4 for a very long time though. Kleibrink kept searching in 4. And only when the distance was really close did Foconi switch to the line he actually planned to hit in. Goes long. Again, Kleibrink with a pretty good stop hit timing there. Goes off target though. Referee asking him to straighten his weapon. Foconi, that is. That's closer to being legal. It's not often you see referees pointing that out, but it is good to see. Still following the rules here. Again, Foconi pushes. Kleibrink again with the stop hit. That was way out of distance. He only hit the arm. There was really no danger there for Foconi, but it does stop his attack. And let Kleibrink start here. But he gives it up. Again, it also feels kind of like Kleibrink isn't willing to commit. Oh, as I say that though, I eat my words. And again, Foconi's parry post is so good, that's probably why that Kleibrink was not so eager to finish that attack. Did just cost him a touch though, so maybe not great. Foconi keeps pushing. Kleibrink keeps bouncing. It's probably going to be another stop hit, if I'm honest. Although Foconi is going much slower this time, so is a little less vulnerable to it. Making sure that his blade's in good position to hit if Kleibrink's blade comes out for the stop hit. Kleibrink again finishes the long advanced lunge, but Foconi gets away. And wow. Foconi making it look very clean. I hope this isn't just a steamroller. Foconi is like showing off some of the strongest actions here. I hope Kleibrink can adjust and at least make it a good bout. Oh! Manages to break inside Foconi's distance with no lights turned on. That's pretty rare, honestly. Foconi a little bit big with his searches, too. Unfortunately, Kleibrink, his blade was also pretty far back, so can't convert that into a touch. Pushes again, Kleibrink. Foconi on the back end decides to just crush it. And again, no lights in that situation. It's pretty rare. With both Ben, Kleibrink, and Alessio Foconi, you'd expect one of them to turn a light on from that distance pretty easily. They might be both second-guessing each other, though. Both starting pretty withheld. I don't know. Again, Kleibrink pushes. Alessio waiting for something. Parry post. Again, his riposte starts kind of in the inside line and transitions to the outside line, but again he goes off target as Kleibrink tries to run away. Ooh, interesting. Maybe an attack and prep there attempted by Kleibrink, but it's one light for Foconi off target. That's an interesting idea. Foconi's not typically that vulnerable to that sort of thing. He never really stops his attack. We are actually quickly running out of time in the first period. This is a pretty slow bout so far. Yeah, there we go. Let him take the blade just so there's a not a question of passivity maybe. And first break. 4-1 for Foconi. Pretty solid showing so far from him. Kleibrink has had a few good ideas, but he hasn't really been able to convert many of them to a touch. His stop hit is, of course, very dangerous, and Foconi's clearly been respecting it. He's been not showing the same level of outright aggression that he sometimes does when he pushes his opponent down the strip. But also kind of interesting to see that neither fencers had the best accuracy at close distance, or even like that medium kind of parry post extension distance, you might say. Normally with these two, I would expect both of them to really be on the ball at that distance, but it hasn't really been the case here. Like I mentioned before, it may be that they're both trying to second-guess each other, but it's not quite clear what the real winning path is going to be for Kleibrink. He can't stop hitting, kind of relies on your opponent to make a mistake, and Foconi is not guaranteed to make that mistake many more times this bout. He is pretty good at adapting to stuff like that. It's a pretty simple case of, oh, if I do this, I get stop hit, then don't do this. So Kleibrink, I'd like to see him try to find a way to make his attack work more. One stop hit is not going to win him the bout, and that's the only touch he's had so far. Okay, Foconi keeps pushing. This time Kleibrink taking the blade a lot, turns it around. Interesting, finishes with the 4-flick this time, but Foconi finds a single off-target light. Again with the 4-flick Kleibrink, but he misses. And this time finishes to the shoulder, but goes off-target. Alright, so he's changing lines up a lot. Still, that accuracy is a little bit concerning for him. That time, I'm not sure if he missed or if Foconi actually locked him out with the arm. Also felt like Kleibrink's finish was a little bit long for the distance. Foconi didn't step back, he just stood still, and Kleibrink went right the way past him. And what happened to Kleibrink? Oh no. This wasn't an injury, I hope. Oh, did he get hit in the crotch? I hope not. That's always super painful. Well, I feel bad for Kleibrink. That's rough, buddy. And I'm sure Foconi feels pretty bad as well. That's even if you're trying super hard to win, that's never a fun moment for either fencer. Much less so for the person who gets hit. Alright, looks like we're going to resume. They're being pretty good sports about it, though. I'm sure it was an accident. Those things happen. It is a combat sport, after all. You can't be totally sure what's going to happen. Kleibrink asking for a weapon swap? That might be an attempt to further delay the bout. He's got to give a reason for it, though. I don't think the referee's going to let him do that. Yeah. Pretty strict, honestly, for the referee. A lot of referees will just let you swap if you ask for it, but I guess not in this case. Although that was, I think, pretty clearly an attempt by Kleibrink to just take a longer break than he would have gotten otherwise. Foconi keeps pushing. Kleibrink still seems like he's looking for the blade now on defense instead of a stop hit straight up. Takes the blade, marches pretty fast. Finishes long, but Foconi can parry. Oh, there's the stop hit again. Very nice. So that time Kleibrink, after his attack falls short, he kind of stayed in distance. Foconi wasn't really ready to finish right away, though, so he just, again, slips the point on and then runs on out of there. But yeah, there's kind of more blade work we expect from Foconi at that distance. Easily able to crank it around into Preem and hit. Pretty straightforward parry post from him. Again, Foconi marches. Kleibrink turns it around though. Kleibrink's going for... Oh, but Kleibrink is also vulnerable to that same thing. That was more of a counterattack closing out by Foconi, less of a stop hit. But a stop hit would have worked, I think, just as well, because Kleibrink was in no position to finish there. His blade was way out of alignment. And now Kleibrink does change weapons, and he does get that breaky one. Maybe a little bit later than he would have liked. But he does get a bit more time to think. And I feel like he certainly needs it at this point. His actions just haven't been panning out the way that they should. A lot of that is, of course, due to Foconi being brilliant, but I think Kleibrink can be doing a bit more tactically, and he's certainly giving himself every possible moment to do so. Okay, Foconi keeps marching. Kleibrink very active on defense. Now turns it around. Quick march now, as we expect from him at this point in the bout. Foconi does manage to take the blade though, and again Kleibrink tries another stop hit. Same tempo as before, lingering in distance after his first attack falls short to try and land it, but he goes off target. Now Foconi marches, but same thing! Wow! Kleibrink just hammered. I may have been wrong before, I may have to eat my words. Kleibrink is just seriously hammering on that stop hit, and it's working. And Foconi with a counterattack though. Kleibrink's attacks, not quite there. Thing is, if Kleibrink deliberately falls short, it's going to be pretty obvious to Foconi what he's trying. Oh, gets Foconi to search really big and not step back, but Kleibrink goes off target. That was a bit of a missed opportunity for him. Foconi finishes long, Kleibrink escapes, and probably fast march here. Yep, there it is. And finally lands it with a foreflick. Excuse me. Honestly, I'm kind of surprised it took him this long to get it. I mean, Foconi's parry post game is very strong, but Kleibrink's attacks are too. Foconi pushing slowly. Again, Kleibrink very active footwork here. Bounce in, bounce out, bounce in, 2 bounces out. And there's the acceleration, but he accelerates too fast, and Foconi can land another twisty counterattack. Maybe Kleibrink's, after getting that first attack, a little bit overconfident. Still needs to respect Foconi's ability to crush the distance on him, because Kleibrink does prefer to usually finish long. That time he tried a stop hit, but Foconi didn't chase after him, so he turned it into a new attack and went off target. Ooh, off the line. Very nice by Kleibrink. I think now he's dialed in that long finish of his a little bit better, and we should see it a bit more reliable now. One would hope. Oh, still though, finishes too long as Foconi steps in. He's going a little bit too fast too soon. It's a small adjustment to make, but a very important one. Foconi somehow misses that, I don't know how. And again, Kleibrink isn't ready to finish. Foconi very opportunistic with that stepping in counterattack. I'm surprised he's doing that more than his parry post. Maybe after Kleibrink's attacks have started doing better, he's trying to change it up. Kleibrink keeps marching fast, finishes short. Foconi starts. Kleibrink takes the blade though, takes it back over, finishes long with another foreflick, and that time Foconi's step in is a little bit late. And more to the point, literally Kleibrink's point is a little bit closer to the target than it has been before. So, able to still land it. Very sharp. Ooh, again! I don't know if that was Kleibrink's blade take. I did hear a sound. It may have been Foconi's parry, though. Either way, one light for Kleibrink is great. Now I feel like it's Foconi who's got to switch things up a little more earnestly. He has mixed it up between that parry post that he's known for and the crushing counterattack, which is more situationally appropriate for what Kleibrink's doing. But it kind of feels like his footwork has gotten a little bit less precise. Because his previous steps in have been very sharp and pretty much exactly as much distance as he needed, but not too much. Last few felt like overcorrections. Kleibrink tries it this time, but Foconi with a counter time. Beautiful. Draws that counterattack by Kleibrink. It's an overcommitment. And then parry post right in close. Kleibrink finishes long. Foconi takes it over. Kleibrink very looking for the blade this time again. Oh, okay. Kleibrink committed like halfway. You saw that. It was like a half advance. And Foconi stepped in right at the right moment. Hit off target though, unfortunately. Foconi keeps going. Kleibrink finds the blade though and starts. Finishes again with that foreflick. Very long, but Foconi escapes from it this time. He just runs away. This feels a lot faster and looser now from both. They're both finishing very long, and they're both kind of like hopping around when they're not finishing. At least Kleibrink is a lot more. Foconi is a little bit. Maybe mirroring his opponent subconsciously. But Foconi keeps pushing. Kleibrink tries a crushing counterattack with a closeout in 4. Gets one light, but it's off target. Again, maybe because the distance is a little bit wide and he's hitting Foconi's arm. That felt like it was a little bit out of distance for him. That was the same touch as the few that happened before, where he lets his attack fall short and then looks for a stop hit. But Foconi's starting much slower this time, if at all. So Kleibrink is not really going to be a distance. That time was just more of a simple remise. Just lunges and then lunges ready to go over again. What is Kleibrink doing? I feel like that's maybe a bit wasting more time. Maybe he wants to let that touch sink in for Foconi. Maybe he's getting a little tired, who knows. No one can really tell what goes on inside Kleibrink's head, except Kleibrink himself. Oh, tries that stop hit tempo again, but this time Foconi gets one light. I don't know how Kleibrink missed that, but it would have been Foconi's anyway. So yeah, Foconi's got his number now, I think, with that action. But not that time! So Kleibrink changes it up again. Instead of letting his attack fall short and then looking for a stop hit, he let his attack fall short, made another step forward, and when he saw that Foconi still wasn't ready, then he goes for the remise. So that's like a 3 steps forward total. That time not ready to finish though, Foconi just slips in an off-target counterattack. But yeah, great adaptation from both here. Ooh, that's a little bit less good. He was already passed though, that's not going to be a touch. Huh. Referee still wants to give it, but Kleibrink asked for a video review. I'd lean towards Kleibrink on that one. I saw 2 attempts by Foconi to hit, and I feel like the second one had to have been after Kleibrink passed. Oh, still a touch. Okay. That's kind of disappointing. Ref still wants Foconi to straighten his weapon. This referee is pretty strict. Foconi keeps marching. Kleibrink takes the blade, but doesn't do anything. Now he does. Foconi offering point of line. I think he wants to let it go to time. Kleibrink just keeps taking the blade for 12 whole seconds. Will he keep going? Will he keep going? Yes, he will. Oh my god, this is such high-level fencing, you guys. Oh man. What a beautiful action. I was kind of expecting Kleibrink to go for like a flesh right there at the very end, just to scare Foconi and throw off his mental game before the break. But that maybe was a bit risky of an idea. But yeah, so Foconi still kind of is just like a finite state machine between his counterattack and his parry or post. Kleibrink though, that kind of little progression from letting his attack fall short, looking for a stop hit, into letting his attack fall short, going for a remise, and then letting his attack fall short, making another step forward to identify Foconi's reaction, and then going for a remise. I'm a pretty big fan of that. That's a very nice tactical progression from him. Especially against Foconi, because Foconi's main solution to Kleibrink's antics like that has been to just take the blade and wait a tempo. And every time Kleibrink's like just getting him to wait a little bit longer, which leaves him open to remises like he did. That said though, Foconi's technique is, I think, a little bit better here still. Kleibrink has been pretty fast and loose with his footwork, which is fine. And like, it's totally valid to do footwork that way, but that means Foconi has a little bit more precise control over where exactly his feet end up on the strip, which translates to a little bit more precise control of how close he gets compared to Kleibrink. If Kleibrink takes like a cross step back, he's not going to be able to choose exactly when he stops, which makes things like a stop hit a little bit harder to land. Here we go again. Foconi keeps marching, finishes with, again, that buttery smooth long lunge. Goes off target though. Kleibrink finishes short, Foconi parries, finishes. So Kleibrink is somehow still able to break inside the distance there. Surprised Foconi didn't hit that. That was a pretty good distance for him. Immediate remise tried by Kleibrink. That was not pre-planned. Well, rather it was pre-planned. He just did it. He would have whatever Foconi did. Goes off target though. Foconi keeps pushing, switching from 4 to 8, or 4 to 6 rather. Kleibrink makes a pretty big feint, but can't turn it into touch, so he gets away. Out of space! What are you going to do? Have to crush that, yeah. Goes off target though, unfortunately. Again, the distance felt a little bit long. Foconi kind of held up towards the end there. He didn't try and push Kleibrink right over the edge. So that distance for that crushing counterattack still feels a little bit wide for Kleibrink. Kleibrink takes the blade though and starts marching. Still pretty loose with it. Finishes long, but Foconi escapes. Asks for a halt. What happened this time? Anything? Nope. Oh. Maybe his hand's cramping up by Foconi. Both fencers are maybe falling apart at the seams here a little bit physically. Okay. Both stop. Foconi recommits. I think that's his attack, but it's off target. Okay, Foconi keeps marching. Finishes with a pretty deep flick over the shoulder, but goes off target because of the distance, not really because of the angle. Kleibrink marches. Much more tense that time than his usual kind of looser one. Tries to step in again. I'm like... Kleibrink isn't hitting a lot of those steps in, especially with the remises, but he's very safe doing it, so he can still afford to keep trying it over and over again until it does work. Except for that time when I eat my words once more and Foconi just hits him. Well, it was honestly more like Kleibrink impaling himself that time. So maybe it can't be that opportunistic with that attempt at remising. Same thing, tries that same stop hit tempo as before, like the first step of that progression. Commits a little bit too fast though, and Foconi just blasts in, but again goes off target. There's a lot of, been quite a few of those counterattacks off target by both fencers this bout. Uh-oh, is my video freezing up? I hope not. Okay, and we're back. Sorry for that. Minor technical difficulties. My video just froze at 21 minutes, 29 seconds into the video, but luckily I have a backup copy. So, here we go. Playing at 21:29 in 3, 2, 1, go. And I hope this one works. It does look good. So, we're 9-12. Kleibrink just got counterattacked, but Foconi hit off target. And he keeps marching. Foconi takes the blade. Starts. Tries counter time there as Kleibrink tries a scrunching up counterattack. Kleibrink finishes short, and Foconi just hits him as he tries another stop hit. That was the same tempo as before, but a little bit less commitment even. Just kind of threw it out after his attack fell short without really looking at what Foconi did. Here Foconi starts. Kleibrink looking to set up that stop hit again by the looks of things. Taking the blade a few times. Now marches. Ooh, great idea to change to Preen there, based on the line that Foconi closed out before. But, again, it's one light for Foconi with the counterattack. Foconi takes the blade. Starts marching. And there, Kleibrink nails crushing the distance counterattack. It's taken a while for him to get another one of those, but he does manage it. And again, Foconi... that's the thing for Foconi. Do you start slow and open yourself up to Kleibrink doing a stop hit? Or do you start too fast and open yourself up to that counterattack? In either case, having the blade back and withheld is not going to be the best solution for it. Keeps marching though. Kleibrink again, pretty loose on defense. Starts forward. It's Kleibrink's attack off target. That's an interesting way of finishing it though. It's a little bit telegraphed if I'm honest. But Foconi didn't opt for a parry post. He tried counterattack, so who gets that? Pretty sure it's Foconi, right? Actually, it seems the referee's looking at it himself. I feel like that's right touch. It might be simul, but if my memory serves, that probably goes to Foconi. I'm gonna sip some water in the meantime. Yep, it's attack right. For once I get a call in the middle right. That doesn't happen every day. Okay, Kleibrink taking a little more time to get back on guard again. Here we go. Keeps pushing, finishes with a 4 flick, tries that stop hit tempo again, or more of a remise that time. But Foconi's wise to it now. And Foconi crushes with another twisted counterattack. Closing out the opposite side that time, which is a great call, because Kleibrink was staying on that side. Before, when Kleibrink was finishing with a 4 flick, that probably wasn't the best idea, but now it is. Oh, Kleibrink attacks, though. That may have been his first attack, no, but Foconi didn't get a light, so it doesn't even matter. Kleibrink keeps pushing. Foconi on defense, searching a lot. Parries Kleibrink's blade right into his leg, where he goes off target. Kleibrink finishes long again, goes off target. I haven't been a fan of his attacks here that much. His like second intention with the remise type thing has been better. Tries a deep foreflick, and there's again an attempted stop hit right after his first one fails. Again, Foconi is being very late with his arm in that case. That was Foconi's attack off target. But yeah, when Kleibrink falls short, Foconi has had a bit of an issue getting his point back on. Oh, but not that time. Now, it may be that Kleibrink was already off the strip, but if the referee called halt a little bit late, I could still see that touch going through. Here we go. Yep, still touch for the right, still touch for Foconi. That's going to be about 15-11. Not a bad showing from Kleibrink. Great, some great tactical progressions there. But Foconi's technique is just, like, too solid. Oh, and there's Kasara as well. So, sorry for that technical glitch that happened there. I'm going to hit pause right now. The video's done. But, yeah. If you didn't see, what happened was I was watching this with a copy of the video that I have on my hard drive, and it just froze up at about like 21 minutes, 29 seconds. So I had to find another copy of the video that I had on a different computer and play it. So I hope that's not too tough to edit in post to my future self. If it is, I apologize, but I'm still going to try and upload this one because they are live commentaries for a reason. Anyway, if you're still watching this after my rambling, thank you very much for doing so, and until next time, stay sharp.